Extremely excited, grateful for the opportunity. But yeah, excited to be here. Excited for the future, what's in store. Excited to build with this group. Build a chemistry and camaraderie with the guys, with the staff, front office, and just looking forward to it.
And how would you describe your game for Wizards fans who aren't familiar?
Yeah, I like to say I'm a traditional point guard, kind of more old school nowadays. Like to set my teammates up, make the right play, just really play unselfish, take what the defense gives me, pride myself on not turning the ball over, and yeah, just try to be just a solid, complete point guard.
Hey Tyus, coming from a city you've been at for a while in Memphis to a new city, how's that transition been for you, both on the court, off the court? What have you learned about yourself and your teammates? How's it been so far?
Yeah, obviously it's still early, but just looking forward to building the chemistry again. Looking forward to a bigger role here, kind of more on my plate, and I'm ready for that. But at the same time, looking forward to just building, staying in the moment, staying present. And again, I'm grateful for the opportunity. So just looking forward to. I'm just going to try to make the most of it.
Tyus, was there a moment in the NBA during your seasons that you realized that, hey, this is the moment where I kind of like mastered the skill set, or this is the team like, hey, I know I can prevail in this league? Was there a team, or can you just expand on that, like when you really knew that, hey, I really belong in the league?
I would say early on. I've always been a confident player. But the hardest thing to do in this league is to stick. And so I would say early on in my Minnesota days, I kind of knew I belonged. But it was just always about trying to improve and get better. For me, it's just trying to take steps forward each and every year, trying to continue to build. And so that's just what I've tried to do, tried to focus on. And I'm excited to continue to do that here, and ready for that opportunity, ready for that challenge. But to answer your question, it was probably my early on, probably first, second year, where I knew I could play in this league. I knew I could hang, and I just needed to continue to develop and grind and stick with it.
Tyus, welcome to DC.
Thank you.
I'm curious for you, just what has been the discussions with Wes and the rest of the team of, you're stepping into a full opportunity to be a starter, and what do you guys want to make out of it?
Yeah, they just ultimately want me to be me, want me to be Tyus, come here, be a leader, continue to lead, continue to be vocal, just set the example first and foremost, be an extension of Wes on the court, and at the same time, like I said, it's a bigger opportunity for myself individually, but ultimately I pride myself on winning, and I know if the team wins, everyone else's individual success will follow suit. So that's the most important thing, and that's just kind of what I pride myself on as a point guard. So they just want me to be me, seize the opportunity, seize the moment, and I'm ready to do that.
And I know, Kyle may be using it as bulletin board material, but do you guys look at, Vegas is setting a certain over-under, and, you guys are using it as added motivation, or you kind of just block that out and do what you guys need to do?
Yes and no. Like, it's obviously motivation. Anytime anyone's doubting you or, projecting you to not do something, it's obviously motivation, right? But at the same time, we're very focused on staying internal. Everybody in the locker room, we have our goal as a team. We know what we're capable of and what we can do, and we're just going to try to focus on that day in and day out and continue to try to take steps forward each and every day. So, you hear it, you see it, things like that, but at the same time, we're not in there talking about, Vegas said we're going to win this many games, like, let's prove Vegas wrong, but it's always motivation, for, when you have doubters or when you have people saying you're not going to do something. So, yes and no.
Hey, Tyus.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Michael and Will, when we met with them last week, mentioned you being a girl dad
Yeah.
and the joy that brings you. What has being a father taught you with your focus and your mindset as a point guard, and then vice versa?
Yeah, that's a great question. Being a father has been the most amazing thing that's ever happened to me. So I'm very, blessed and fortunate that I have two little ones now, and it puts everything in perspective for me. But it also, basketball has always been the most fun thing to do for me in the world. That it's a close second now behind fatherhood, but at the same time, I feel like I started enjoying basketball every single day more and enjoying the chance to come out here and just play this game that I've been playing since I was my kid's age, now. And so it's just kind of put things in a different perspective for me in life in general, but at the same time also made me enjoy this game of basketball even more, even though basketball isn't the most important thing in my life, if that makes sense. So it's allowed me to just continue to be a better, I feel like, leader when it comes to basketball, just knowing that you're a father now and you're raising little ones who depend on you each and every day. It's helped me continue to connect with people better. It's just has kind of opened my mind to a whole different side of the world that I couldn't really even imagine or explain until becoming a father. So
With being the point guard and the organizer on the floor, what's the biggest challenge that you foresee with developing that chemistry with a lot of players that you don't have chemistry with?
Chemistry just takes time, right? And there's you can't rush it. Ultimately, there's some things that just you have to go through. You have to there has to be hours and hours in the gym and going through different situations with guys and just a lot of different things go into it. But at the same time, you can speed it up a little bit just with being bought in and kind of hyper focused on trying to advance that chemistry and trying to get to know, okay, where does where's Kuz's spots, or where does he like to get the ball, or what plays can get JP going and different things like that. So it's kind of a balance of being patient and understanding like, hey, it's still new, we still need time, and it's gonna take some time, but also being very detail oriented in terms of trying to speed that process up a little bit, and just being aware of trying to speed up that process.
Right. I believe this is going to be your first season as full-time starter at point guard since you got into the NBA. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I imagine that's something that you strove for your entire career. How does it feel to reach that moment now in 2023?
Yeah, I mean, it feels great. This is what you strive for. You always want more, right? That's what everyone. If you're not, striving and working towards, more responsibilities, I feel like you're in the wrong profession. So this is what I've been working for going into year 9. So I can say for 8 seasons now. But at the same time, this is, the work's just getting started now. More responsibility, more pressure, all those things. But I'm extremely excited and grateful for the opportunity. I don't take it lightly or take it for granted. But I'm definitely ready for it. I've been working my whole career for this spot, and ready to make the most of it, and grateful for the opportunity again.
Hi Tyus, you've been playing behind a lot of good point guards in your career, D Rose, Jeff Teague, Ja, Ricky Rubio.
Yep.
Now that you're coming into a bigger role, how have those guys molded you and helped you to get to the moment and be able to play starting point guard on an NBA team?
Yeah, like you said, first, all talented in their own way. And for me, I've never been a guy who tried to compare myself. I just wanted to learn, especially early on in my career. Just wanted to learn first from Ricky, then from Jeff and Derek, and then in a different way playing, behind Ja. With him being a young guy, there's still stuff that I learned from him. Even though I had the years on him and things like that, we just helped make each other better with that. That was just our chemistry. But yeah, I just tried to take bits and pieces from everybody and learn from it. you know, whether it's implementing it into my game, seeing what works and what doesn't work for them, and what I could do and what I couldn't do from their games and things like that. So I just tried to be a student of the game. Fortunately for me, they were all extremely unselfish and took me under their wing early on. And then again, like I said, with Ja, we just had that chemistry of just talking the game. We were extremely close. And so that was a cool dynamic that we had. But yeah, for me, it's always been, I knew this moment would come eventually. Just how do I prepare for it, continue to learn and grow behind some great point guards so that when my time, you know, comes, that I'm ready for it.
Last question.
Tyus.
Just wondering how you, kind of along the lines of what you've been talking about, you were obviously on a team that was in a different situation from this one, contending, going for win now, all that stuff. How do you kind of square that moment where you're stepping into the starting role with, okay, but it's on a team that's like, the focus is on growth. Like, how do you square that mission with your personal goals and the personal things that you've achieved?
Yeah, I think it's just about balance. It's just about balance. Obviously, everyone's competitive. Everyone wants to win. The goal for everybody is to win a championship, but also understanding that we have a lot of new faces. You know, it's a different situation for the team, and that you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. So it's similar to like when I went to Memphis. I was just telling somebody, like when I went to Memphis that first year, had a lot of new faces. We were young, things like that, and it was just about competing, trying to get better, being bought in. And that's what we're gonna do here. It's not about, you know, we're obviously competing for a championship, but we want to grow, we want to get better, we want to build our chemistry day in and day out, and we know we're gonna be a different team in November that we are in October, and that's the goal. And we know we're gonna be a better team in December than we were in November. And then you look up, and now you're achieving those goals that the big goals that you have, but you also got to stay in the, you know, in the present. So it's a balance, but at the same time, you know, we're all competitive, and again, we're blocking out the outside noise. We know who we have in our locker room. We know the talent that we have and what we're capable of when we put it all together. So we're just looking forward to building and seeing what we got. Thank you.